We will now take you through an animated version to explain the process of the plant at Lucknow. The corporation's tipper truck, loaded with MSW, enters the gate and drives to the weighbridge. At the weighbridge, the material is visually inspected, weighed, and allotted a bay for tipping. This is monitored by a closed-circuit television in the weighbridge room, and a camera placed above the receiving bays allows the operator to decide where the truck is to unload the material. With the help of a wheel loader, the material is transferred onto a conveyor which feeds it to a drum screen. The rotating drum screen separates the material depending on its size. The larger sized waste is then taken to a recyclable material recovery room, where material like glass, plastic, and paper are manually removed. The rest of the material passes through magnetic separators where metal components in the waste are removed. A shredder is used to reduce the particle size of the waste. Thus, all the material now is of uniform size and is fed into a ballistic separator. This separates the waste into three fractions based on its density. The lighter fraction would constitute plastics and paper and is therefore removed. The medium and heavy fractions are then taken to a shredder for further size reduction. The final stage in segregation takes place in the pulper, which removes the sand, grit, and remaining light plastic material. It also converts the material into a pulp. The pulped material is then taken to a pulp buffer tank, which feeds it to a hydrolysis tank. In the hydrolysis tanks, the material is made into the required concentration of solids and fed into the digesters. The BIMA digester acronym for biogas-induced mixing arrangement is unique in its design, as it has no internal moving parts. The digesters are filled at the time of commissioning. Once filled, methane gas evolves due to natural anaerobic process. As the gas generated increases, a pressure gradient is caused and the liquid is pushed through the central tube to the upper chamber. There is an overflow chamber where digested slurry is taken out of the digester. At this stage, the gas valve opens. As a result, the liquid in the upper chamber gushes down the central tube and, through mixing wings at the bottom and mixing shafts at the top, causes a churning effect inside. The gas moves to a gas holder, which acts as a buffer to match production and consumption. Gas is held in the gas balloon, which inflates and deflates. The balloon is made of a special polyester membrane. There is an indicator outside to show the quantity of gas stood at any particular time. Specially engineered gas engines use the gas as fuel to produce electricity. The electricity is then stepped up to the required voltage by the transformers and evacuated to the nearest substation about a kilometer away. The digested overflow is collected in an effluent buffer tank which feeds the material to a screw press. Here the material is dewatered. Concentrated wastewater is sent back to the pulper and is recycled. The dewatered material is then spread on the composting yard and made into windrows. Here the material undergoes aerobic composting with the help of a specially designed compost turning machine. As the material is slowly moved from one end of compost yard to the other by constant turning, it matures into an organic manure that will return valuable nutrients back to the soil. This manure is bagged and stitched in an automatic bagging machine and sold as manure. Apart from this, the plant has a sophisticated fire hydrant system in the event of any fire hazard, an odor control system which removes bad smell, and a large green belt is provided all around the plant. The workers are also provided uniforms and other hygienic amenities in line with the best international standards.